associations who called us up, who wrote to us, saying that it's a very good move. We will support you. And I think the final fruit of it is the judgments which came out in the Delhi Bar and the Supreme Court as far as Karnataka is concerned. So we felt that it's the need of the hour to be able to push women and not just say that we are going to empower them. Just empowering them is not going to help. We are at a situation where we need to push them. We need to reserve the seats. Empowering will come later on. First, we need to get them a seat at the table, which today I find it very, very difficult to see women getting that seat. And unlike my learned friend, I disagree with the fact that there are no women who are willing to come forward. At least in Maharashtra, we have plenty of women who are willing to come forward. And ILAW was the one who pushed the Bar Association, Bombay Bar Association, to have the reservation. We, in fact, even asked for a secretary. And they said, no, that's asking too much. No, 5 ho gaya, bas hai. So it was like, they've done us a favor. We need to thank them for it. But at least it was a beginning for us. So we need this. We can't just stop at talking about empowering, and of course we need the help of, even the NGOs. We need the help of understanding of even judges. If the judges reciprocate better with women, then you will see more women coming forward and continuing with litigation. I know of so many lady lawyers who gave up the profession because it's common knowledge that we had a judge many years ago who would tell women in court that your place is in the kitchen, what are you doing here? So, considering all that, we need that push, we need the reservation. When we have the reservation, more women will come forward, they look at us and come forward. Today also, I have stood for the elections. Of course, we had a 5-seat reservation. But 4 of us came in without the reservation numbers. We were topping the list. So it is, although we 4 did come in with that, the other women, this is the first time when we spoke about reservation that we had something like 16 women who applied, who filed their nominations for elections. So it is not that women don't want to. Women want to. The hesitation is that they are not able to go and meet people. They are not able to network the way the men do. So therefore, I support this reservation. I would like to say at this point that till today, we've never had a CJI. We'll be having one for a short while. Otherwise, we don't have a CJI. We never had one. We don't have an Attorney General who's a woman. We don't have an AG who's a woman of any state. Looking at that, I think what we really need to do is start at that level. Maybe if we have an Advocate General who's a woman, or an Attorney General who's a woman, or a Solicitor General who's a woman, that would help the other women to come forward and look at that post and aim for it. The Bar Associations, how much it can help is something that I think none of us can really answer it, because like my learned friend said, there'll be insinuations, etc. But I personally, and I have been doing this, I've been pushing our bar associations to forward names of women who, according to them and according to the panel also, the Bar Association also, who are meritorious, but are still not able to become a judge or become even on a government pleader. Today we have a government pleader who's a lady, but generally it's not there. That seat is just meant for men. So why can't it be that we, the bar associations, push for that? It is a suggestion which we can give the courts to think of appointing more women judges. The government, we can write to the government saying that why don't you think of an Advocate General or an Attorney General who's a woman? Because according to me, it may sound very biased, but I think women look at issues more delicately and properly and are very sincere when they take up a post. You will never find a woman who will take a post just for the sake of it. If they take up the post, they are very sincere about it. So probably we can ask and try pushing that our agenda to help and empower women. Arbitration Act, an arbitrator who's being appointed, There are panels. You can give your name to the panel. And generally it is, if you see the list, it will be generally more males. So I was suggesting that why not we call more women? And another thing, when it comes to judgeship, this is one point that my learned friend was talking about. She said that we are not able to retain in the the profession, in our career. We go off for various family reasons, etc., and then come back. This is one suggestion I really want the bar to give the bench and the collegium. When you're talking about continuous being in the profession, they should include the period of maternity leave, etc. Because today, if you go off for maternity leave and come back after 6 months, 1 year, it's considered as a cut and you start all over again. So there should be some kind of a provision that no, if you've gone for a maternity leave 6 months, that should be included in the process of your continuous practice. Representation of women in the bar is extremely low. Everyone knows the figures. There are the Bar Council of India has no women who's a member. Most of our states, there is no president or secretary in most of our states. I think there are 9 states which have none of the key positions held by women. There are 7 states which have 2 of them, 1 of them. And Bihar, I think, is the only one which has 2. So key positions, holding key positions definitely helps when it comes to furthering our cause. And I call it a cause because it is a cause. It's something that we need to fight for. It's something that, like my learned friend said, it's not something that, they'll say, come, the seat is vacant for you. We have to fight for that seat. So we need those key positions. We need to put those suggestions. We need the bars, especially the Bar Council of India and the Bar Council of each state. See, because Bar Council of India, the representatives are from the state. And if you don't have anybody in the state, you will not have anybody in the Bar Council. So you need them in the Bar Council at the state level first. So we need that representation. And there are so many issues which today most of the bar councils are not able to take it up because they don't understand it. They don't have any women to understand it. And if you see, a lot of women don't find it comfortable to go and tell a member saying that, these are my issues. I know of women lawyers who have come and told me that, we have been harassed by a particular lawyer or a magistrate in one case. He was harassing a young lady lawyer. He would just call her to his court. He would ensure that her matter would be there. He would call it first, then keep it back. Then keep it till the end of the board. Then at the end of the board, he'd adjourn it for 2 days. Then again 2 days. Then at the end of it, she got so frustrated, she started sending her junior. So he would say, no, I will not hear you. I'll dismiss your matter if your senior is not here. And finally, she came to me and she spoke to me and she said, can you do something? I said, why don't you go and speak to the president of the bar? Because at the end of it, probably he'll be able to push it more. She said, no, he won't understand. Can you do something? So I said, okay. I told her, are you going to stand by your statement in case you're asked? Of course, I will not name you, but in case you're asked, will you stand by your statement? She said, yes, I will. So we went to one of the senior-most lady judges. She waited out. I went in. I told her, this is the issue. And of course, the lady judge today has retired. So therefore, I'm narrating this incident without a name. The lady judge said, were you the person? I said, no. Why are you coming? So I said, because I represent every woman who practices in this bar. So she looked at me and said, by then that girl who was waiting outside, she barged in, she's quite daring. So she barged in and said, madam, I am the person. Oh, you mean you can't fight for yourself? So she said, madam, I've told him that he can't do this to me, but he still does it and he threatens to dismiss my matters. I have a lot of matters before him. The clients are threatening to take away my briefs. So he says, so fight it out. So I looked at the lady judge and I told her, madam, fighting it out she will, and so will all of us. But we want you to take up the issue of ensuring that the judge is taken to task. It is not fair. And if you're not going to do it, we will do what we have to do. And we walked out. The next thing I heard is the judge was transferred. So we need representations because a lot of women will not find it comfortable to go and complain or tell these issues to a male lawyer. The Bombay Bar Association was one of the bars, leading bars, who took up the issue of against 5 judges. And those judges, 3 of them got transferred, that is some time back, and 2 of them resigned. So the bar can and has been taking up issues, but like I say, unless you have women representations in the bar, it will be very difficult for women to come forward and put in their grievances. And the fact that, you don't get that confidence when you're going and talking to a man, especially the young women who actually face all the problems. I mean, I don't think, anyone would think of having a problem with me because then I'll sort it out with them. But it's the youngsters who actually have this problem. So for the youngsters to be able to go and talk, you need a woman there. And for that, we need a representation of women at the bar.